Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the greatest watch market update show in the world. The only public service watch announcement channel in the world, ladies and gentlemen. There is no channel like this channel, There is no channel like this channel. You have channels out there, live streamers that they do, perfume night, they do perfume night, and then they do cigar night, and then they put all things together. They do perfume, cigars, and whiskey. Who needs a drink? And ladies and gentlemen, from the bottom of my heart, Sweet Kick Kino is telling me that yo no quiero ser esto, Kino. Yo no soy esa persona, Kino. Kino's, lo voy a hacer por el show. Kino is telling me that, who needs a drink, so, you understand? You understand? Who needs a drink? And Kino brought me from his reserve, from his apartment. From his apartment, whether from the hood. Because he only drinks this. He brought me this, and he said that we must. If we cannot beat them, we must join them. So there it is. This is it's kind of strong stuff. This is what we're drinking now too, like those people, like the West Virginia One-Eye Whitaker and flat top monkey eyebrows, the fake Italian out of the Venice grifter, Unbelievable. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So all of you can see it, what Kino wants me to do, a crossover. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't do this. I'm very, I take it easy with my health. Like I've told all of you in the past, I'm not like that no more. I am blessed, but I'm not like that. I don't work that way no more. I take care of my health. But Kino is telling me that we also must do this. A mí esto no me gusta, Kino. A mí esto no me gusta. He bought me this one. I don't know. This one he bought for me. I don't know if you know about this one here too. He bought me this one too. Sweet Kick Kino. This one is too big. It scares me. So, it's unbelievable. You understand? So we're going to be like them. We're going to do a crossover and we're going to join. We're going to go to the dark side. We're going to go to the dark side. We're going to join them. We're going to join Flat Top Monkey Eyebrows, the fake Italian. And we're going to join the West Virginia One-Eye Whitaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, ladies and gentlemen. It's a disgrace. I think I like this. Sweet King Kino, unbelievable. It's incredible. I think it works. I think it works because, no matter what Hermie, the English elf, says, that he dumped them, flat top monkey eyebrows, the fake Italian out of Venice, the grifter, I'm in total disbelief, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just take a little sip here, Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he had on the table, he must have had, I like the noise. He must have had on the table between 3, 4, and 5 gin tonic, with cucumber and all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And the other one, the West Virginia One-Eye Whitaker, loaded, unbelievable. Every different bottle you can think of, unbelievable. Woo, 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 woo. Unbelievable. I'm only following their instructions. If I can't beat them, we must join them. And that's what we're doing. We're going the dark side. But ladies and gentlemen, I ask all of you for a favor, please, to give us a thumbs up. To give us a thumbs up if you can. If you can give us a thumbs up, please do. If your index finger doesn't hurt, give us a thumbs up. That's the only thing we ask of you guys. Kino wants you to do this. I'm not too happy about doing the cigar thing, the alcohol thing. I'm not too happy about that, but he says it's better ratings for our show. You know, like Kino. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. I don't even know how to hold a cigar. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Creative experiments. I need a PayPal. Oh my god. Oh man, let me drink some water because if I keep on drinking that Glenlivet, it's gonna get unbelievable. I can't believe what creative experiment just said. He says, need a PayPal link now. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. So I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, all kidding aside. And I say that I came with that. I'm just mocking them, with the whiskey. Me and Kino are mocking. Well, Kino wants me to drink for real, but I'm mocking them. With the whiskey or the scotch. I don't even know what this is. What is Glenlivet? Is it scotch or whiskey? I think it's a scotch, right? And a cigar and all that good stuff. But I gotta, man, they have made a propaganda on these two characters, and instead of the ratings falling off a cliff, it has skyrocketed. Even though Hermie is saying that he dumped, like a girlfriend boyfriend thing, the word dump, that he dumped him. That he dumped, flat top, monkey eyebrows, the fake Italian out of Venice, the grifter. And if he did dump them, that's unbelievable. Cognac. No, it's a Glenlivet. Glenlivet is what I'm drinking. This here, I'll show you guys again. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is like a 27 years, 25 or 18 years. I don't know what this thing is, but I know it has a lot of years. Has a lot of years. This one here, right here, has a lot of years. Just to let you know. I don't know. You guys can tell me. It's a special one. It has like an Academy Award up here and everything. I don't know. Kino's the one that drinks it. So I don't know. Those guys are just kicking ass. No matter what, you're bad mouthing them, whatever you're saying, and everything you're saying, Hermie, is true. All that. These guys are parasites. But it's working in their favor. I was watching the West Virginia One-Eye Whitaker, and ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to tell you what he was cranking in. He was cranking in, drinking whiskey and all that, and perfume and cigars and all that good stuff, and cheese and Swiss cheese and Gouda cheese and all that kind of cheese, and they were drinking away, and those people, his audience, were just getting wild and sending him all kind of gifts, unbelievable. But the one that again today, ladies and gentlemen, he goes to the plaza over there in Italy, some plaza over there in Italia, Forza Italia. And ladies and gentlemen, again, that guy must have got today like $2,000 in PayPal, just to let you know. So this is the reason that we're mocking them with drinking and alcohol and cigars and all that good stuff, just to let you know, right? We wouldn't do that kind of stuff, we wouldn't do that, but it's working for them like a charm, just to let you guys know. Yes, you are very right, Dean Marco. And I'm going to go to a serious note, ladies and gentlemen. The boom is coming to America. The boom is coming to America, and all these banks are stockpiling cash. Like who? Like J.P. Morgan, Citibank, and Wells Fargo. These people are stacking up on money. These three banks right now, they're just stacking it all up. Like what's his name? That guy that has a lot of billions of dollars. Warren Buffett, like that, they're just stacking up on bills, J.P. Morgan, Citibank, and Wells Fargo, just to let you know what's happening in America, ladies and gentlemen, because somebody has to tell you the truth. We have a gentleman here by the name of Dean Marco, and he's saying that. So I'm going on his, what he's saying. You guys got to get ready for the boom. The boom is almost here. The boom is almost in America, ladies and gentlemen. And like I'm telling you, all these big shots are all getting together and they are stockpiling cash. Stockpiling cash. And I can keep on telling you name of banks, but I'll give you these names so you know what's happening. JP Morgan wants all the money he can get his hands on. Citibank wants to get all the money they can get their hands on. And Wells Fargo. It's a big, big, big club. And you and me are not in that club. We are not in that club whatsoever. So you guys need to get prepared and defend yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. Sachs, Sachs Goldman, all these people, it's coming and it's going to get all of us con los canzoncillos bajao. You know what that means? Canzoncillo bajao. I'm going to tell you what that means. They're going to catch you, all of you, with your underwear is down. Y te van a hacer, así te van a hacer. You understand me? I'm going to tell you a little bit more. I have a Costco card, and I try to pump gas as much as I can in Costco. When I have a chance, I try to pump gas there always. And when I go, ladies and gentlemen, we got probably 40 cents, 45 cents, 30 cents, 35 cents, 37 cents less than any gasoline station out there, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, when I go there, if I have a quarter tank, I fill up my tank of my pickup truck, I fill it up and I keep on going, and as the months have gone by, the gentleman that works in Costco, he always sees me, says hello to me through the morning. I say hello to him, bloody, bloody, bloody. If I have a little bit of coffee, I give him a little bit of coffee. He knows who I am already. And so when I got to my pump, I saw that the car that left was a big, big car, and he left. When you go to Costco, let's be honest, when you go to Costco, it's like shopping the groceries. You instead of spending $50, you go there, you spend $300 and, 4 things, in Costco, right? So that's the same thing with the gasoline station. You expect that everybody's going to fill up their tank to the yin-yings, So when I got to the pump, the guy left. I looked and I was going to, put my car in and all that stuff. And I saw that he had there $20 on that beautiful brand new car, $20. So I told, man, it's incredible. Or the guy just came here to put $20. He said, no. Times are getting tougher and tougher. That guy used to fill up the tank, and he went from filling it up to half a tank. Let's say it was $100. He went from 100 to 50, and then from 50 he went to 30, and he told me now he's at 20. And ladies and gentlemen, the situation is bad out there. The situation is bad out there. Yeah. Well, my son tells me that always. My son told me, listen, you're going to have to go into electric cars because, he likes that, and that's fine, and I respect that, Yeah, that's right. You haven't owned a car since 2009. Wow, unbelievable. I haven't owned a car since 2009. So what I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, people that will fill up the tank of the cars in Costco are going half a tank, and from half a tank they went down to 30, and now they're at $20. Give me $20. So I expect that the ones that go to the regular gasoline station out there, they're just saying, here's a $5 bill, and here's $3 in quarters, and a couple of nickels and dimes. Give me $10. With $10, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, $10 today doesn't even buy you a nickel. $10, what does it buy you, $10? Does it make it to 2 gallons? It makes it to 2 gallons if you put regular gas. But if you put, that powerful one at $5.50, you don't even get 2 gallons with $10, So, times are getting very, very scary out there. So be very careful the way you guys are spending your hard-earned coins. All right? Be very, very careful. I know that we all have a real big habit that we like watches. I love watches myself. I can't stop, I dream about watches, to be honest. I dream about watches. and all that good stuff. But you guys got to be very, very, very careful, right? So just to let you know, I gave you a couple of things. If you're smart enough, you know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, you guys got to be very, very, very careful. You know, even if you give this channel right now, somebody right now just gave us an unbelievable thank you, chat. Thank you very much, Siga, for that unbelievable thank you, chat. But if you guys are going to put yourselves in a bad position because you guys are going to help out this channel with something, but it's gonna get you in a bad position, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that because we don't want to see you in any kind of way hurting yourself and your family and your loved ones, all that good stuff. Again, thank you very much, Siga, for that unbelievable thank you, chat. What is she saying? This is for gasoline. He gave me a thank you, chat, for gasoline. Gracias, papa. Gracias, papi. Thank you so much. I'm gonna give you a little sweetheart here because you deserve that. Thank you very, very much. I also want to say something. I'm going to give you today a watch market update. It's going to be a very, very nice watch market update, but I want to cover a couple of things before I get into the watch market. Another thing is, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you out there like to see maybe the watch that I'm wearing, and that day in the show and all that good stuff. And most of the time, I'm not that person that I'm doing a wrist check, on what I have on. I normally just don't do it. I just don't do it. I feel kind of embarrassed to do that. I feel kind of embarrassed. But every once in a while, I'll do something when I get a new watch or something. I'll show it to you people. I will. I'll show it to you. But something funny happened to me yesterday. Something very funny that I want to share with you because I want everybody to hear this. Everybody to hear this. Yesterday I had on a watch that my wife gave me for my birthday, for my early birthday. It's a Rolex stainless steel Explorer, black dial with an orange hand, 42 millimeter. And maybe I'm getting sidgy. Maybe I'm getting paranoid and all that good stuff. But I never do that. I believe that we live in a nice Citgo area, where, not many bad things happen around here. But ladies and gentlemen, we live in to get into my house, it takes a little effort to get into my house. But we have cameras, and there was a car parked, not in front of my house, but they're in the corner there, and my cameras will tell me when something, like, I don't know, is it a sensor? Somebody help me out, with a sensor. Anyway, so the guy was there, and I was a little bit edgy, and I looked in the camera, and it was such time, and he was still there, and it got me a little bit jumpy. And I just want to say to everybody, because finding anybody's address, you can find it. You pay for it, you look for it, you find it. I want everybody to know that all my watches that I have, they're not in my house. They're not like that. They're in the bank. If I want to wear a watch, I have to go to my bank, open the safe deposit, and get my watch. So if anybody has any ideas, let's go to Juan Nieves' house and let's get all his watches. It ain't going to happen. You're going to get this one. And then probably a couple of my wife. You probably get my wife's watches. I'll tell you that. But mine, you won't get, So just to let you know, I hope that clears something, because it got me kind of like, man, you shouldn't be doing that, because I've told you this and I don't want nobody to get offended with me. Putting your face out there is putting your face on danger. That's all. I hope you guys understand me. I think that you guys are all stand-up gentlemen, that you understand that. So I hope you understand why I never do that wrist check and none of that, because, hey, show me your watch. You know how many people have sent me messages? Hey, show us your whole watch collection. When you tell me that, you scare me. Show me your whole watch collection. You understand me? So, Exactly. And everybody that has a watch collection, like Watch Addict is saying, you should get your own safe deposit, because I probably have a couple of, a couple of watches here, take that and that's it. But if you're looking for a paddock, if you're looking for an AP, whatever, if you're looking for a gold roller, and you ain't gonna find it here. You're not gonna find it here in this house. And this is the reason I'm saying that, because we have to get this guy that car's license, because it's a car that doesn't belong in our neighborhood, and our neighborhood is very protected. And neighbor E sends me how do you call it, a ring message. Hey, did you see that car? House A sends you another one, and so we're very, very careful. So we were kind of a little bit sidgy that we had that car, because it doesn't happen. I'm telling you, it doesn't happen. And then the other thing is, we don't want to, we don't want to be no Clint Eastwood. We don't want to be no Clint Eastwood around here. We want to be cool about it, right? I hope I didn't offend anybody. I hope I did not offend anybody. Okay, guys, Okay, so we're gonna go into a watch market update, and let me have a little bit of this Glenn Levitt, Glenn Levitt here, And I can't bullshit. I'm not a good bullshitter. I mean, I could be a good bullshitter, but I'm not a good bullshitter. I'm drinking jungle juice. I'm drinking jungle juice, jungle juice to, relax me, right, guys? Unbelievable. Jungle juice. Good evening, Mr. Donut. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the watch market update. This is what you guys have been waiting for, and I'm going to give it to you guys, all right? Our first watch, ladies and gentlemen, is an unbelievable Vacheron Constantin de Historics 222 Pure Class. Historics Pure Class, yellow gold, 37 millimeter, jumbo, champagne dial with a retail price of $86,500 with a reference number 4200H/222JB935. This watch was released at Watches and Wonders in the year 2022. Boy, I'm giving you guys the whole package, the whole complete thing, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it has a retail price of $86,500, and you have to be hand selected, hand picked, like the Swatch Watch Omega Gold 1969, like that. You have to be, I think it's even worse, because they do something to you in your body. I don't know what they do to you, but you got to be careful. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. We have a couple of unbelievable subscribers here saying, Einstein is saying $56,000. Siegel is saying $62,000. And I'm going to have to tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen. And these numbers are heading in that direction. There's no doubt in my mind they're heading in that direction. But I'm going to tell all of you, don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more than $69,500. And there it is, okay? And again, there it is. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. I also want to take the time to say thank you very much. An unbelievable thank you, chat. We don't say here, super, that, this, Ruby. We say, thank you for that. Thank you, chat, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Mr. Dean Marco. Muchas gracias, Dean. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I mean, this makes me happy to see that you guys are, with us, that those crumb bums over there, drinking are just making a killing, because those two guys are two parasites, just to let you know. Mm-hmm. I did. There's a lot of times that I sell watches. The only thing is, I'm going to be honest. If many dealers have asked me, come on, Juan, you can do this, you can sell watches. And I say, I can sell watches, me, on my own, not on social media. Social media is a very, like I said again, it's very, you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful. Not because you're going to lose your watches, it's a lot of things can happen wrong. You know, a lot of things can happen. The customer not might not feel comfortable. He doesn't feel that the watch is really a new watch, that the watch has been used, that the watch has this, has that, and a lot of things happen. It's toxic. It's very. But I have done it. I have done it many times. I have many friends of mine. I have broker watches that you guys will say no one. Well, if I have right now in this live stream those customers, please just say I'm one of them. I have broker for customers watches of $300,000, 300 to be exact, 320, $26,000, $100,000 watches all day, every day. Bro, help them out. But it's very troublesome, to do this on social media. I think Mr. Donut used the correct word, and it can be very, very toxic. All right. So, but yeah, I have done it. Right, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is another watch that I spoke to you guys last year. And I would tell you, listen, this watch is at $26,000, which is a bargain. You cannot lose on it. You can only. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papi. Thank you. Gracias. Gracias, JB 5812. Thank you very much, Papa. Thank you very much. This is another watch that, again, I told you guys, listen, get into this watch. It's good. Lottie, lottie, lottie. A lot of you didn't get involved. The train passed by. The bus passed by. You didn't get on it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Rolex white gold Yachtmaster 44 millimeter with a platinum ring. It's a beast of a watch. It's a beast. When I mean beast, is heavy as you wouldn't believe. Heavy, 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 heavy watch. And it's a watch that has a retail price of four. This is the price that it had in the year 2008. 2008, it had a retail price of, listen to this. This is crazy. $48,150. All right? An unbelievable beast of a machine. It's a brick. It's heavy, heavy, heavy. And ladies and gentlemen, as you know, it went from the 5,500 to the 4,000 mark, and it's been there for months. It's going to get you guys, just to let you know, it's going to get you. It's going to go boom, and you're going to go, what happened here? Have you guys noticed that in Costco, for the last 5 months, they didn't have no more gold, no more silver, but it's coming back again? We'll talk about that. But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this Yachtmaster, again, if you can get one, don't pay for it more than $27,600. And dapping again. There you go. Dapping again. They're going to get mad at me now. He's did it again, man. He did it again. Okay, there it is. Just to let you know what's happening with the Rolex white gold Yachtmaster 44 millimeter, the Rolex Yachtmaster 2. Unbelievable looking beast of a watch. You know what I'm trying to say? Yes, thank you, Creative Experiment. You're wising up. I'm just letting you guys know. If you want to know what gold is right now, it's $4,060 a troy ounce. Silver is at $59 a troy ounce. Okay? I gave you two right there. Gold and silver. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to go like that. Pa! I just finished telling you something. I finished telling you that these three banks are stockpiling up on $100 bills. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citibank. They're stockpiling $100 bills like that guy, what's his name? That old man that has like $86 billion, Warren Buffett, It might make a comeback too, but, let's stick to what it is. It's gold and silver. Platinum is coming and palladium, but gold and silver is what the world is playing with, It's what they're playing with. Just to let you got that beast, okay? That's it. Then I hope you didn't pay for it $48,150. I hope you got a good deal on it because, man, your money is safe there if you got it in that $30,000 range. Your money is safe. Just to let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here another Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe annual calendar moon face. Discontinue. Collector's choice, collector's grade, collector's dream, collector's, choice, collector's unit. All those words they use on you guys? These Muppet boiler room secondary grade watch market dealers. You know what they use on you? It's all a sketch. It's all a sketch, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Patek Philippe annual calendar moon face. White gold, the 5205. G. Discontinued, like I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Has a retail price of $47,999. Unbelievable. That JB5812. He is saying $35,000 for that watch. Siga saying $32,000 for that watch. We need one more, ladies and gentlemen. We're not hitting no bells today. We're not hitting no bells, but that's good. We got you guys, in the auction, giving numbers out there. 37,000.5 on Mr. Premium, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll stop right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. Beautiful watch. Annual calendar, moon face, all that good stuff. $47,999. And ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor. Don't pay for that watch more than $29,500. And you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not telling you to buy the watch. I'm just giving you the number that I believe you should pay for the watch. You cut a little clip from this show and you send it to your favorite Muppet boiler room secondary grade watch market dealer. Ladies and gentlemen, every single watch dealer out there are selling their watches via auction. One more time. Every single Muppet boiler room secondary grade watch market dealer is selling their watches via auction amongst each other. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to get their children's tuition money. You understand? Because you guys have been maintaining their lifestyle for too many years. Too many years. From 2021, these people saw a run like they'll never see again. They saw a run there from you guys. These guys were making on a watch $10,000. You name it, they were making $10,000 on a watch. Just to let you know what's going on, just to let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a watch that you guys have to, you guys have to look at it because this is another discontinued watch, another discontinued, collector's choice, collector's grade, collector's grave, collector's dream, collector's choice. Las nombres de las pajas mentales que le dan ustedes, Get a little bit of more of this Glenn Level. It's good, It's unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this watch here, you have to be very, very careful. This was before, like, let's say the Bruce Wayne, the Bruce Wayne with the oyster bracelet, with the Jubilee bracelet. There was a GMT that came out, beautiful GMT, stainless steel, a black dial with a black ceramic bezel, Beautiful GMT with a green hand, had a green hand, unbelievable watch, You want to know the reference number is the 116710LN. In 2016, it got discontinued. I don't know if it was 2016 or it came out in 2016. One of the two things. 40 millimeter, but it's discontinued at this moment, with a green hand. And the retail price of that watch is $8,450. And that watch, you could have bought it for $9,500. It wasn't moving. It was stuck right there, It was stuck. Exactly. There you go. Then you know what I'm talking about. There you go. There you go, Siga. There you go, Siga. There you go. And so a lot of people said, listen, this watch is $9,500. They didn't want it because they were looking at the Bruce Wayne, the Bruce Wayne, or the Batman or the Batgirl or this and that. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a true discontinued watch. Now that watch is taking off. And here in this channel, we tell you the truth. We tell you the truth. It's not 15,500. It's not. But it already broke already. It's $12,100. If you're looking for it, try not to pay more than that. Or 11,800, 11,700, 12,100. I'm not going to give that one a drop because it's not. It's moving on up. He's becoming the real thing. He's becoming the real thing. Wow. Oof. Good for you. Wow, I like that, Dean. Dean Marco. There he is, Dean Marco. That's it, Papa. That's how it is. Oof. Bluesy. 2,500 from an AD. Unbelievable. So you have that. You know what to do. You know what to look. That one is... When I tell you about a watch that I don't believe no watch is, it's a collector's dream, a collector's, choice, a collector's unit. But it's a watch that, it had a nice number of $8,500 and it's moving on up. So, take a look-see at it. I'm not telling you to buy nothing. I'm just saying take a look-see at it, all right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a heavy, heavy hitter watch right here. This is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak stainless steel, reference number 15407, with a salmon, salmon tone, inner, skeleton movement, salmon, you follow me? It's a stainless steel watch, but the inner, the organs of the skeletonized, it's like a salmon, color, maybe it's gold. You know what I'm trying to say? An unbelievable beast of a watch. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a watch. It's a 41 millimeter casing. Saludos, Mr. Blair. Yes, it is. There it is. You know what I'm trying to say, Mr. Blair. That's what it is. The man. There it is. And this watch has a retail price, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to believe this. You had to be special to get that watch. Has a retail price of $80,000. $80,000. And in this channel, where things are for real, where the numbers are for real, we do digging on numbers. We look at all these Muppet Boiler Room chat groups, all these chat groups, social media groups, all that good stuff, and we look at the real chat groups, from 5,000 to become a member, to 10,000 to the $25,000 one. We look at all of them because we're like a bug. We get to jump in the back and we see everything. Don't tell nobody that we do that, but we do that. I said it wrong. Sweet Kekino does that. He goes in the back, he gets, and nobody sees him. He's there. We're not going to tell you how we do it. I told you a while ago how we did it. If you didn't listen to me the first time, say, jodieron, Okay, so we have here people like Mr. Seeger saying 165,000, Mr. Donor saying 135, and I'm going to just say right now to Seeger and to Mr. Donut, you're way, way off on the number. It's much higher than that, because we say the truth in this channel. We say the truth, we say the truth. And I'm going to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, the watch market is dead. The watch market is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. You got to stop being crumb bums. You got to stop being sardine cans, tomato cans, possum kickers, cow tippers, window lickers. You understand me? You got to stop being that. You got to stop being Palmolive dish lickers. You know what Palmolive is? Remember your mother, she would use a little soap to wash the dishes? Palmolive, And then, the lick, the lick. You got to stop being that, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm telling you. Don't pay for that beautiful salmon, inner movement, skeletonized. Don't pay for that watch. Okay, we have a lot of people, and that's good, that we have Rolex watch collectors saying 175. And I'm going to just say this right now. No, and Mr. Premium. We have Mr. Premium, so all of you can see this and hear this. We got two Unbelievable. Recovering tomato can subscribers from this channel, loyal channels, loyal subscribers to this channel. Mr. Rolex watch collector has 175, and Mr. Premium has a price of 182. And those are the two that they are the nearest to the number that I'm going to tell you. Don't pay for that beautiful 15407 AP Royal Oak skeletonized open work, double balance, this, that, all that good stuff. Don't pay for it more than $198,000 and dumping, ladies and gentlemen. Dumping again. Just to let you know, if I tell you how much that watch was at one moment, you won't believe me. So I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you how much it was at one time. That was for people sitting inside their Bentley, sitting inside their F40 Ferrari. Wire. You don't understand that I'm letting you know what's going on. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, Mr. Dean Marco. Just like sneakers, buy. Unbelievable. At one moment, there it is. You see, somebody always helps me out. His name is Siga, and he put there $475,000 at one time. Just to let you know. Just to let you know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Patek Philippe Aquanaut. Patek Philippe Aquanaut travel time, stainless steel, black dial, black rubber, 5164A. Unbelievable, with a 40.8 millimeter casing. And ladies and gentlemen, this watch has a retail price of $42,800. $42,800. Does anybody know what price I'm going to tell you not to pay for that unbelievable 5164 black dial, black rubber, stainless steel? Does anybody know? Come on, let me see you say a number there. Let's see how good you are. This is a tricky one. Nobody knows. Wow, Siegel, wow, you're on fire, Bobby. Wow, Mr. Thurston Howard, you're coming in fighting too. Oh, I like that. These two subscribers are on fire, ladies and gentlemen. On fire. These two subscribers, you went a little too high, Rolex watch collector. You went a little too high. Mr. Donald, you're in the game too. But the ones they're fighting there, I'm telling you right now, because I say it the way it is, it's no other than, you know what, to be honest, Mr. Donald, you're there too. You're there too, and I have to be honest. You're there too. And here it goes. You ready for it? You're ready for it, right? I like this when the boys are, powerful. They feel good. $75,000. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that 5164. I'm telling you, it's dropping. So be careful. It's dropping. Be careful. Don't pay for it more than $77,900 and dumping. Kino, guárdame para atrás. Jálame para acá, Kino. Jálame para atrás. Jálame. Dumping. Suéltame ya. I'm on fire today. I'm letting you know what's going on. I'm just letting you know. You should avoid Patek Philippe Aquanauts because he's floating face down in a backyard septic tank and getting smelly and sticky. Just to let you know. Just to let you know what's going on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the STD, STP, TPT, NTPT, Carbon, Richard Mille, ladies and gentlemen. Poor little Richard Mille. Unbelievable, the Richard Mille RM11 Sandblast Edition, titanium. Unbelievable of a watch. Unbelievable, this Richard Mille RM11 Sandblast Edition, ladies and gentlemen. We're so good in this channel that we're even going to give you the retail price of that watch, of this Richard Mille that is a collector's choice, a collector's dream, a collector's unit. You know, these people were going crazy buying these $475,000 Felipe Massa. You know, Sandblast edition, titanium. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, Siegel, you're on fire, man. Woof. Fuego como ese hombre. That watch has a retail price. Does anybody know the retail price of that watch? Does anybody know the retail price of that matte finish Sandblast edition? Papi, la situación está jodida, papá. You know, it has a Velcro, it has rubber, it has, anybody know? Never buy Richard Mille. Doc Mecca, Florida, $249,000 retail. That's the retail you're saying? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got news for you. That watch had a retail price, and it went all the way up to $400,000 because people wanted it big time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, JB5812. Thank you very much, Papa. God bless you, man. Be careful in the garage. Be careful. Had a retail price of 100. Man, I put my attention to JB and I got lost there, but it has a retail price of $110,000. $110,000. People were pushing button in the car, you know, pushing button in the car. Give me the watch. Give me the watch. And I'm gonna tell all of you because I'm stupid like that. Don't pay for that beautiful. We're gonna call it beautiful because we're nice. Richard Mille, RM11, the NTP, STD. You know what STD is? You Google it. STD, TPT, NTPT, Calvin Fiver. I don't know those names. You know, Formula One. Listen to this. Rolex watch collector has said $145,000. And I'm an honest man. And I'm gonna give you a bell. Ding, 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 ding. Don't pay more than $145,000. Doping, 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 doping again. Just to let you know. That's what I think of Richard Mille watches. That's what I think of Richard Mille watches. Good for you, Mr. Watch, Rolex watch collector. Good for you, Papi. Good for you. I can't believe this. You know, I'm on fire. Papi, I'm hated. I'm hated around the whole watch industry. I'm hated. You know, they hate me, but they can't do nothing. They hate me, but they can't do nothing. Just to let you know, you guys are lucky. You guys are lucky you guys have me. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, when things are like this, you know, hold on. How do I look with this? How do I look? You think I look good with this? How do I look? Here it goes. Dead over here at the Black Sea. Thurston, they're dead in the Black Sea, huh? I'm telling you, they're dead. Before you would see only, mira, 5 stars wearing that, you know, a Richard Mille. Now you see every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there trying to unload it. Unload it. Hey, look what I have for you. Look what I have for you. I don't want it. Look what I have for you. I don't want it. People going in another direction. And that direction's name is called, what is it called? FP Jorn. You understand me? FP Jorn. They're going that side now. Just to let you know where they're going. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex Yellow Gold Sky Dweller with a green dial. Oyster bracelet, 42 millimeter, reference number 336938 with a green dial, oyster bracelet. Ladies and gentlemen, this watch was at $75,000. 75. You know, I had green. I want green. I want green. $75,000. That watch was at $75,000. Yellow gold, oyster bracelet. Don't get it confused with the Jubilee oyster bracelet, ladies and gentlemen. Oyster bracelet, the Rolex Sky Dweller Green Dial, Sky Dweller, 336938. Retail price of that watch is $60,100. $60,100. The Rolex Sky Dweller Green Dial. Are you guys telling me that the Rolex Sky Dweller maybe now 85,000? What number are you saying there? I'm a little bit confused. Anyway, Coño, Doc Maker, Florida. Respect to you, my brother. Respect to you. Respect to you. Respect to you. Respect to you, Bobby. I'm gonna tell all of you because I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna show it to Doc Makers. I have to show it to them. I have to show it to them. We don't mess around on this channel. You see it? You see my index finger? You see it? Right here at the top. Did you see it, Doc? Did you see it? Did you see it? You said $57,000. I have $57,500. Congratulations. I'll give you a bell too. Ding, 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 ding to you. You know? It's what it is, you know? We couldn't see the... oh, you couldn't see it? Hold on. You see it or no? You see it? Okay, there it is. We don't mess around on this channel. We don't mess around on this channel. We don't mess around. If you say it, I'm going to show it to you. Here it is. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another one that you have to be very, very, very careful. This is a Patek Philippe Aquanaut, 5164. Travel time, blue dial, blue strap, white gold. Unbelievable. 40.8 millimeter casing. Ladies and gentlemen, this watch has a retail price of $65,440. Does anybody know what that watch was worth at one moment? This is a white gold with a blue faded dial, blue faded strap, 5164. You know, unbelievable looking time machine. It's an unbelievable looking time machine, ladies and gentlemen. Does anybody know? Nobody knows? Well, I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this watch was at 180, 179. You know, I wish I can say that, but it's not that number. It's not $85,000. It's you're very off. You're very off on that watch. It's a very it's not a limited edition watch, but it's a very, very coño, Mr. Premium. Stop right there, bro. You're the man. Yeah, you're the man. Mr. Premium is 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 the man. This is not a limited edition watch, but it's a very hard watch to come by. It's a very, I think it's a very, like I said again, it's not a limited edition, but it's limited production watch. It's a limited production watch. So that's why the watch is very, very still up there. And whoever gets that watch, you know, you made some chi-ching, some real good money. And Mr. Premium said $144,000. And again, because we have to show it to people, they throw numbers out there, we give it to them. We give it to them. You know, we give it to them. You see it? Can you see it? $142,000. Don't pay more than $142,000. Don't pay more than $142,000 for that watch. And it's the truth. You know, we say things the way they are. Maybe you don't like them, but it's the truth. Some of these watches still have a lot of meat left on the bone. You know, if you got that watch for $65,000, you made some big money. But ladies and gentlemen, those watches are all gone already. Those watches, I mean, you got to be something special in that boutique for them to give you this watch. You know, just to let you know. I want to let you all know something, ladies and gentlemen, that on Rolex watches at this moment, a lot of watches at this moment are being sold the back door way. It already started again. The back door way started over again, and a lot of watch backpackers and dealers are getting watches the back door way. You know, you will wait 5 years and have to pay 150,000 just to qualify. Okay, that's what I read right now. I'm telling you, these are people they know about this to get that watch. You know, you have to spend $150,000 in a pair of cufflinks. Unbelievable, but true, ladies and gentlemen. This is the #1 watch market update show in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys enjoying this watch market update? I told you I was going to make you a watch market update today. You know, I feel like I need to do it. You know, I got excited with those two, with those two clowns. I got excited. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm asking $178,000. Papi, for you to pay $178,000 for a watch. Paco told me that one time, and my father, he told me, listen, man, for you to spend on something that's going to be a luxury item, smart money is staying away from luxury goods. You know how many melons you have to have in the bank for you to spend $200,000 in a luxury item? You have to have a lot of melons, Baba. Believe me. Or you have to do a lot of trading in watches. Trade this one, trade that one, trade this. You got to trade 4 Rolex gold watches, to get that one. You understand me? Try to understand what I'm trying to, Ladies and gentlemen, this is a watch, again, that you're going to go, coño, this is crazy. Here it goes. Rolex, rose gold, not yellow gold. Rolex, rose gold, blue dial sky dweller, 42 millimeter, reference number 336935. Oyster bracelet from 2025. Almost new, still has stickers, as they tell me. Retail price of that watch is $63,700. $63,700. Exactly. Coño, que sigas on fire today. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. Mr. Premier is fighting too. He said, me too, I want to fight. I want to get into this battle. Unbelievable. $58,000. You guys know too much already. They can fool you once, but they can't fool you all the time. They cannot fool you all the time. They cannot fool you all the time. This is the one with the blue dial, rose gold, oyster bracelet. Ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor. $57,000. Mr. Donut's coming and throwing punches too. He said, me too, I want to be part of this. And Dean DeMarco's too throwing punches too. He's unbelievable. Everybody's throwing punches. Even Wicked came in. Wicked's fighting too. Unbelievable. Wicked is esquivando. Wick, tranquilo. Don't pay for that watch, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you do, don't pay for that watch. Here it goes. Nothing but the truth. Don't pay for it more for that Rolex Sky Dweller Rose Gold with a blue dial full set with all the bells and whistles. Don't pay more than $56,400 in doping. Doping. Se me jodió my elbow. I got it. I messed it up. Se jodió. Dame acá la pastilla. Y el Bengay. Give me Bengay. You know Bengay? You don't know that one? Bengay? I take that one. Got me. Doping. Just to let you know. Elbow, tennis elbow is what I have exactly. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another one for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Ulysses Nardin. Ulysses Nardin. They call this the freak out, the freak X gray. The freak. They call this the freak, ladies and gentlemen. Ulysses Nardin, the freak. Unbelievable. 41 millimeter, unbelievable stainless steel with a leather strap. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a brand new watch. 2026. Saludos, Wicked. Welcome to the show, papi. Saludos. Mr. Combo, el Combo también. Combo, welcome to the show, papa. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad because we've had over 34 organic watch channel recovering tomato cans, and we only have 18 thumbs up. You guys should be proud of the show you guys get, You guys should be proud, and all those thumbs up should be just going up and say, hey, man, Sweet Kid Kino, he's unbelievable, just to let you know. And 29, there you go, 24. You got to blow it up, blow it up. This is how your channel will survive, the storm that's coming ahead, the boom that's coming to America. This is the way this channel is going to withstand that, But just to let you know, the Ulysses Nardin, the Freak X Gray, reference number 2323/500/1A. It's a new watch from 2026, has a retail price of $41,200. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the freak. This is the freak, papi. This is Freak Out. Remember the song Freak Out? Remember that? You didn't dance to that? Freak Out? You know what I'm trying to say, Mr. Donor. The freak, let cheek. Unbelievable. Believable. Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting to drink in the show too. Who needs to drink? Sweet Kid Kino got me this bottle. He said that we need to start drinking and smoking cigars in the show, like Flat Top Monkey Eyebrows, the fake Italian from Venice, the fake, the grifter, and also, you know what I'm trying to say, the West Virginia One-Eye Whitaker. We want to be just like them, just like them. If we can't beat them, we might as well join them. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, the freak, the freak, ladies and gentlemen. And it has a $41,200 MSRP. And I'm going to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, whoever knows about this, who knows about this, here it goes. Rolex watch collector, smoke that evil. You know about that, Dean Marco. You know about that. Okay, papi. Bien, papá. Bendiciones, mijo. Gracias. Thank you, Dean. Thank you. I want you to know, Dean Marco, that I have a cousin. His name is Dean Marco as well. Maybe you're my cousin. I don't even know it. How's that? Don't pay for that freak. Don't pay for the freak. Don't pay for it more than $34,200, right? Just to let you know. Just to let you know. I prefer the nice Cohiba. Bien, papá. Oh, bien. Un Montecristo, un Partagás, un Romeo Juliet. My friends that I played golf with, those guys, they always give me cigars, But one time, when I first started smoking cigars, I don't know if this happened to you guys, but I have some crazy stories. And I was smoking with them, and and a couple of times, without them looking at me, I swallowed a little bit of smoke. I got so drunk on smoke that I was just sitting there. They would say, Juan, what's up? I said, no, I'm just quiet. I don't know, man. I don't know that, has that happened to you? Have you swallowed the smoke? And, maybe you guys are used to it already. Because I know people that just swallow and throw it back out. But me, I just me emborraché como una prostituta, I got drunk like a prostitute on cigar smoke, That's tobacco. Okay. Arturo Fuente. Wow, Arturo Fuente, those are good cigars too, of course. It's horrible, right, Doc Mick? You know what I mean then. I was like, whoa, what happened here, So that happened to me one time, just to let you know. But Arturo Fuente, Christopher, that is an unbelievable cigar as well. They have that too. They turn me on to all that stuff, They also show me something that I always say it, that they take cognac and they They dip it in the cognac. I don't know. You know, these guys were, you have to, Wicked. You have to. You know, they do that. They dip it. You know, they dip it in, and and then they play with it, and I don't know. Do you guys, what I'm trying to say, or no? I'm the only crazy one that hangs around with these guys that they know too much of this stuff. Dip it in. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Patek Philippe Nautilus. Patek Philippe Nautilus, stainless steel. Unbelievable Patek Philippe Nautilus, stainless steel, the old 5980. The old 5980 from 2012. Dark charcoal gray. It's an unbelievable. Does anybody have an idea what that watch? It's a collector's dream, collector's choice, collector's, whatever you want to call it. It has a retail price of $51,000, ladies and gentlemen. $51,000. Mr. Christopher with 115. Siga with 95. I need a couple of more. It's a good fight. We have a good fight going on here, ladies and gentlemen. We're reaching the end of our watch market. 80,000. Brand is fighting too with 80,000, ladies and gentlemen. 74,000, Mr. Premium. Unbelievable. Patek is on the moon and floating face up. Unbelievable that Einstein, ladies and gentlemen. Einstein, he's fighting too. Doc Maker, Florida, fighting too. Wicked, we're fighting too. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you the truth because we say the truth in this channel. Whatever it is, we tell you the truth. Or at least we try to tell you what we believe you should pay for that watch. And all of you are throwing some beautiful numbers out there. They're all beautiful, but this to me is the number that you're at. Cash is king. You come in with a couple of stacks. You put them down. This is what I have. They will give you the watch because there's no cash out there. No hay. No hay dinero. No hay chavo. No hay cuartos. No hay plata. No hay lana. No hay euros, shekels, pounds. No hay nada. So if you have cash, you're the king. Don't pay for that watch more than $103,000. And bang! Se jodió el elbow. Se jodió Kino. Se jodió. It's a swing. It's a swing, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my last watch market update of this beautiful day, matinee, unbelievable. Thank you all in advance for being with me on this live stream, for cooperating with us on this channel just by being here, and to the ones that also gave us some thank you chats. Thank you again. You know who you are. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. De verdad que sí. Muchas gracias. That keeps us motivated, it keeps us motivated. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but it keeps us motivated to keep on giving you unbelievable live content. We're not looking at a website. We're not lazy people. We're not looking at a website. We're giving it to you. This is what it is. Sweet Kid Kino here sitting with me. Maybe you guys don't believe that Sweet Kid Kino's for real. Kino's for real, just to let you know. He just doesn't want nobody to know, who he is. But just to let you know, ladies and advance, thank you very much for everything. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Rose Gold with a sunburst satin finish with a lacquered blue dial. The most beautiful blue lacquer dial in the game. 6 months and it will be much more. Yeah. Listen, the only thing I can tell you is, guys, I don't know if you guys were here again, but I'm telling you, there's a big boom coming to America. And all the banks are stacking up on $100 bills. I'm telling you, Citibank, JP Morgan, and Wells Fargo, they're just stacking up on money. You cannot continue picking on your noses and falling asleep. Don't let that bus pass by. Get on it. There's trouble happening. People were filling up their tanks of gas in Costco, $100. Now they're putting 50. They were putting 30, and now they're putting 20. La situación está jodida. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. The 4520, reference 4520 210R, has a retail price of $60,500. It's a 41 millimeter. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's palito. Palito means it's like when you're in the horse race and they're giving you palito, even money, you know, and you bet two's what you're going to get back is what it is. You know, you got to put $1 million to make a couple of dollars. This is the 4520. This is the 4520, not the 4500. This is the newer one. You know, has a little bit of more, you know, same thing. There you go, Brand. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch more than $60,900. Right? Brand, ding, 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 ding for you, Brand. Ding, 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 ding. Right? They're catching up. You're right. You're right. You're catching up, Christopher. You're right. Guys, again, one more time, thank you so much for everything. Be well, be safe, be smart. And like me and Sweet Kid Kino say always, take care and brush your hair. Gracias a todos. Thank you very much to all of you for all your support. Un abrazo. Lo quiero mucho. Peace. Bye-bye, guys. Love all of you. Be safe. Have a beautiful work week. Go out there and make money. Lo quiero.